All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. New settings. I'm going to set this whole place up very soon. Don't you worry about it. In the background, I'll try and have some Chelsea, posters, pictures, jerseys. This is a new particular spot that I've renovated in my own place. Let me know. I'm hoping the Wi-Fi works out well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually on hotspot with my phone. I'm so far away from the Wi-Fi. I have to get an extender very, very soon. But yeah, this is a new little place that's been renovated in my house. Created this little spot for office and YouTube work, and yeah, I'm gonna try and design it all up. Got the window just behind. I can see the nice, beautiful landscape. So yeah, it's good. So hopefully you guys will all get used to this setup. None of these old setup anymore. And I hope it all goes well. So yeah, it's great. Good to see each and every one of you guys live. Smash the like button. Number one, we're gonna have a fantastic conversation today. Lots to talk about. Graham Potter and his kids getting death threats. It's just, see, this is where I feel like that it's just not right. Like football, it's the least most important thing, as Klopp said a long time ago. Do you know what I mean? It's the most important things out of all the least important things. So we need to calm ourselves down. And this is what I always say to everyone as well. Like, respect one another as much as you can. I mean, it's just an opinion. It's an opinion, and all of us, we try our level best to not lose the plot, give our opinions in a respectful manner, and we don't try, like me specifically, I never ever try and promote hate or anything like that. Like some of you guys, this is the other thing that's gone around at the moment in social media, that apparently the YouTubers or the content makers are the ones who are driving this hate towards Graham Potter and this, that, the other. People are, misunderstanding, like, criticism versus hate. Like, no, this is definitely not a channel that goes out and absolutely hates on Graham Potter and abuses him, abuses players. No, I certainly don't talk with any of other sort of content makers or friends. Do you know what I mean? Like Matisse or Eunice, they definitely don't do that kind of stuff either. So look, all I'm going to say is, I hope the things that we say, the discussions that we have, it's fair, and it's criticism. It's constructive criticism. Yeah, sometimes there's a little bit of emotion obviously involved, and you're always going to be emotional. But I hope it never ever reaches to the point where, okay, you're now abusing the manager. You're actually abusing the manager. You're abusing the player. I hope that's never the case. So we're going to talk about all of this. We're going to talk about Enzo Fernandez asking the fans to back the manager, asking the fans to stick with the team. So we're going to go through that. It's going to be quite interesting, and I'm going to take up as many comments from you guys as possible to create a discussion. So hopefully we have a very, very good stream, and hopefully my hotspot really holds up well, because if it doesn't, it's going to be long. So I hope it does hold up well. Smash up the like button as soon as you come through, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. So yeah, let's really try and aim for 100 likes immediately. We've got 34. Let's push for 100. Easily we can get that. We've got over 130 plus people live right now, so let's do that. All right, let's talk about the first bit of news, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just bring that up. Okay, so Graham Potter reveals in tomorrow's iPaper Sport that him and his kids have received death threats. Further, this particular tweet goes on to say, vile emails have come from 6 supporters, reveal Potter. This is from the Mirror Football and someone else as well, George Matt. Look, I mean, what do I even say? Look, I'm going to try and keep it as constructive as I can. First of all, these are not fans. For me, I don't think these are fans. How can you sit, watch football, or go out there, talk to your mates, or go to the stadium and watch, and actually send death threats? It's never that deep. It is never ever that deep. Never. I mean, to even do such a thing, you would actually have to be some sort of a mental case. You would really have to be. But do you know what? And once again, I absolutely do not support one bit. The people that are doing this are wrong. But I just have to say one thing though. Recently, this has happened to me. And this is the generation of social media, right? We live in an era where everything is driven by social media. We don't know who's talking to us. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people in the live chat that I know and that I've interacted with for a very, very long time. But then there are a lot of people in the live chat that I don't know. And they do come into the live chat at times and they're racist to me and they're abusive to me. And what I do is, at first, I used to get angry. I used to get bothered. And even now, every now and then I do get bothered. But I've learned how to ignore them. I've learned that you need to have a thick skin. I can't, I've got nearly 21,000 subscribers. Like, there are other people that have more subscribers. I can't stop what people want to say. I really cannot do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't stop someone coming into this live chat and just having a go at me, abusing me, being racist. All I can do is probably just block them. But how many am I going to block out there? That's all I can do. I can't do anything else about it, because a lot of people, I can't see the face. I can't see, anywhere how I can reach out to them. So for Graham Potter, like, first of all, it's wrong. Death threats. And as I said, recently it's happened to me. If you guys remember, when I shared that Mason Mount failed comp a few weeks ago, so many people, there was at least 20 plus DMs, direct messages, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram. People call me the C word. People, saying really, really bad, derogatory stuff about my family, my son, my wife. And I'm like, what? How do I can't stop this. I cannot stop that. I simply cannot stop that. What am I meant to do? And that's when I realized, me putting myself out there, me having a social media presence, and at times maybe saying certain things that are a little bit controversial, is going to create some sort of a mess. And similarly with Graham Potter, I'm just going to say, look, you're the football manager of Chelsea Football Club. You're the manager of Chelsea Football Club. This is a big job, my man. And I'm not trying to justify this situation one bit. As I keep saying, this is damn wrong. The fans that are doing this are damn wrong, and they're vile, and they should not be doing this. But the reality that we live in, do you think, off the back of what Graham Potter said, that he gets these emails and death threats to himself and his kids, do you think after saying that, people are going to stop? There'll still be certain people that are going to keep doing that. So in my opinion, the best way to probably handle this is you're just going to have to ignore it. You're just going to have to ignore it. Look at this. For instance, in the live chat, we've got Vaisak Sukukumar saying, not everything is about you, Ms. Jesus. What can I do? Like, from the bits and pieces that I've talked about now in this stream, someone's come in and has claimed that it's about me. Like, this is the message that this particular person is getting from the conversation I'm having with you guys. This guy actually thinks this is about me. I'm just trying to give an example. I'm trying to showcase what Graham Potter said, and then trying to give an example what has happened to me as well. And I'm trying to sort of show that you can't stop this. You cannot stop this. Wow, Miz is spinning this. WTF, I'm out. What am I spinning? Is peace, Miz. Thought I could tune in today. I'm not really sure what is Oba One. I'm not really sure what you're saying. I'm not really sure what you mean. This is quite strange. Peace Miz, thought I could tune in today. Well, it's up to you. If you don't want to tune in, you don't have to. as I keep saying, people that are doing it is wrong, but you cannot stop from people doing that. This is what I'm trying to say. It's probably best to focus on not worrying about that. Just forget. You got to learn how to ignore it. You cannot stop these people sending these messages. And if you cannot accept that as a fan and you don't understand that, then I'm sorry, you're living in a fantasy world. If you think every single individual out there is going to be good and nice to you on a regular basis, you're wrong. You're wrong. You have to learn how to ignore them. As I keep saying, these messages, these vile emails, these death threats to his family, to himself, they are absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. But we have to accept that you can't stop it. You simply cannot stop it. I'll tell you right now. You will not be able to stop it. Balak CFC, well, according to Eunice, Potter should get on with it. I get you are all friends, but in my opinion, life, even in a friends group, you must hold each other accountable. And him saying, get on with it is pure BS. Look, Balak CFC. This is what I'm going to say about this particular situation. Did that tweet come out a little bit off? Or actually not a little bit off? A lot off? Of course. But I know Eunice. I know him. Just like he knows me, I know him. Do you really think that's what Eunice meant? The tweet got lost in translation. Much like so many people blame me for the Mason Mount failcom. I kept saying, I did not do it to bring hate to Mason Mount. I wanted to showcase that I'm shocked. I am shocked. But looking back now, yeah, maybe that was the wrong thing to do. I'm pretty certain Eunice will look at that tweet and he'll go, do you know what? I understand what people are having a go at me. He's getting torched. He's absolutely getting scorched on that tweet. If you see it in social media, everyone is bashing him on that particular tweet. So when you have a majority of people bashing a particular tweet, which happened to me as well with the Mason Mount stuff, you know maybe you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong. And I'm pretty certain Eunice is probably looking at that tweet and thinking, do you know what? It was probably not worded correctly. I don't for a second think that Eunice is disregarding Graham Potter's mental health. Not for a second I would say that. Never ever would I think that Eunice is disregarding, Graham Potter's mental health. No way. We all go through mental health issues, man. Every single one of us. We know how important it is. You have to have that mental stability. So I'm not going to sit here and say, do you know what? Eunice don't care. Eunice don't care about Graham Potter's mental health. And if that's how you think Eunice is as a person, that you don't know Eunice well enough. You don't know. Do I think his tweet was wrong or misworded? Of course it was. Much like when Matisse and Eunice and even Drog Bubba and many others, they told me my tweet for Mason Mount was probably not the right angle to go with, but they could understand what I meant. Do you know what I mean? So that's all I can say. The rest, you'll have to ask Eunice. But with this whole death threats, I think it's best if Graham Potter just somehow manages to ignore it. Because I'm telling you right now, the more this has been said, those idiots are going to continue doing it even more. The more people talk about that, the more these idiots will keep messaging him, and what's going to happen? Are the police actually going to be able to catch this brother, these people? Graham Potter wants the club to go out there and investigate on these emails and on these direct messages. What's going to happen? They're not like verified accounts. There's no verification. You don't show any face. You're a nobody. All you can do is maybe find a IP address and see if you can knock them, if you're able to track them down. That's all you can do. And if anything, all of this stuff, it takes the focus away. This is why I've said in recent times, I think To say less is better at the moment. To concentrate on the games is a lot better. Let wins change the morale. Let wins change the mood in the fan base. Just focus on what you need to do. The more you say stuff, the more you want to elaborate on many things, the more people will try and nitpick. The more people will try and nitpick. The fact of the matter is, our form is not good. The fact of the matter is, Chelsea Football Club are getting decimated. So right now, just focus on that. The more you talk about this, the more you talk about other issues, like apparently the preseason. Some of the senior players came up to him and talked about the preseason. And many fans are now even bashing Thomas Tuchel because Graham Potter said that. Do you see what I mean? The more you talk, the more people will find links to this and that, and they'll try and explode the whole situation. Last 24 hours, many people having a go at Thomas Tuchel. Many I saw. Because the preseason, the comments in regards to the preseason. Many of the senior players came up to Graham Potter and said the preseason was one of the worst. Of course it was one of the worst. Of course. But this is what I'm saying. Just concentrate on the football for the time being. Say less, concentrate on the football. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'll be real. I don't like how soft some people are being. However, we're having football games to win. So who cares what fans say? Train hard, win games. This is my attitude as well. Right now, you saying these sort of things in press conference, it's only going to add more fuel to the fire. It's only going to add more fuel to the fire. Do I sympathize with Graham Potter? Of course I can. Of course I can. I know how that feels. I've had people abuse me directly when they don't like something that I've said. I'm pretty certain off the back of this particular stream, I'm going to get a lot of DMs saying XYZ. I understand. I get what Graham Potter means. But if I sit here and just talk about that itself, I'm telling you, those guys are only gonna they're only gonna keep sending even more. The more I ignore them, the more I block them, they're gonna go away. They're gonna go away. Let's see. Arteta got death threats. He didn't cry because of it. Look, Graham Potter, and he said it himself, he's not the first manager to get death threats. We've had players get death threats. This whole thing about death threats, this is not a new concept. This is not a new phenomenon. And as I keep repeating, it is wrong that some fans do this. But you cannot stop them. You cannot stop this. This Graham Potter will not be the last one to get death threats. There will be many more. Unfortunately, this is the sad reality of the world that we live in. I personally think the more you can ignore, I think best for you. No one would like threats to their family or themselves, but these things happen to such profile jobs. I know this must not be the first time for Potter. Absolutely. Bang on. Miss, preseason was owner's fault. Look where players were going. LA Dodgers Stadium. Yeah, they were having a party. They're going to the nightclubs. They're going to all these LA Dodgers Stadium, this, that, the other. It was a whole holiday for them. Potter blames everyone by himself. He's finished. And this is the thing. Sometimes I would like Graham Potter to take some ownership. Forget about, look, I understand. I get it. There's issues with injuries. There's new players coming in. And we're going to talk about that because Enzo Fernandez talks about the new players and it's only been short time. Have faith in them, trust them, give them a little bit of time. I get it. I completely understand it. But maybe, just maybe, sometimes I would like to see Graham Potter just take some ownership and talk about where he can improve and where he might have gone wrong. Do you know what I mean? Balak CFC, I'm sorry, Miz. You and Ma are totally diff to Eunice. Let's be real. Eunice just personally attacks Potter constantly, which leads to these behaviors. You and Ma keep it strictly footy related. Look, Galaxy FC. All I can say is that I can respect your opinion. I understand your opinion. I get your opinion. That's all I can say to you. And I'm not gonna try and convince you. You're a mature individual. I'm sure you can make your own judgment. All I can say is that I've known Eunice for like at least 3 years now, and I know what a fantastic human being he is. I know, and it never ever he would ever think like that about a particular individual. I am so certain what he tweeted. It's just, if he had just got the ability to do it again, he probably would have worded it differently. Not for a second do I think he disregards Graham Potter's mental health. Not for a second. Not for a second. Not for a second. Everyone makes a mistake. I've made many mistakes in my life. And maybe this is a mistake that Eunice has done. Do you know what I mean? So many things players have said, managers previously have said, and maybe this is a moment where Eunice has made a mistake as well. And I'm sure he'll learn from it, and he'll address it if he thinks it's the right thing to do. But I'm going to let him take care of that, because I know that's not him. I know it's not him. And he's getting absolutely torched. He's getting cooked. Do you know what I mean? Off the back of that tweet. But I know that's not him. Oba1 is back. Let's see what he has to say. Miz, just watched Jan's video on measured take and read the whole transcript. Did you, or just the tweets? I don't know what you're talking about, Oba1. Oba1, I don't understand what you're like. Just be upfront about it. Like, what seems to be your problem? Where are you having an issue with me? What I'm saying? Have I said anything out of line? Because I'm finding it very difficult to figure out where your, I don't know, anger or confusion is, because I'm not understanding one bit. Like, if you want to go and watch Jan, that's good for you. Go and do it, mate. And if you're telling me, have I read the whole transcript, this, that, the other? No, I don't. I'm not here doing a, translation, or I'm not here to do a interpretation on a particular article. I look at the tweets that people are tweeting out, especially the news people, the people that do the news, tweets, and then I give you my opinion. And I personally feel I've never ever stepped over the line. Even on these matters, the death threats, I've said it 100%. I don't think they're right. These fans, for sure, are not Chelsea fans. They could be rival fans. How do we know they're Chelsea fans? But all I'm saying, Oba1, is that you will never stop these people. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You will never stop these people. This isn't the first time death threats have happened, my man. You will never ever stop it. That's all I'm saying. It's better to just concentrate on what you can have control over. Do you know what I mean? And saying these things in social media, where there's millions of Chelsea fans, it will have mixed reactions, man. It will have mixed reactions. Blaming Eunice for anything that happens at Chelsea is mere deflection for people who want Potter regardless of the record. No, absolutely. The issue with Eunice is he already had a preconceived view on Potter since opening training. He went, but he's entitled to his view. So let's focus on the football issue, 100%. There will always be a minority of people who takes things far. Always be that minority. Absolutely. Exactly. There will always be that minority, man. You're never going to get rid of them. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but I think it's safe to assume that players get death threats every day because of their social media presence. In my opinion, the timing of him releasing this info, I don't know. No, you're right. Messi gets death threats. Ronaldo gets death threats. Like, these are superstars. Do you know what I mean? These are superstars. And they get death threats. Jan is football therapy, yeah. Sorry, I was crisis meeting. How did it go? I'm still here. This is mockery. And this is the thing. Look, some people took that as trolling. Some people took that as, that's cheeky from Graham Potter. And then there's other people as well that thought, my man, it's not the time to be cheeky. It's time to be serious. 2 out of 15 is the record. No time for you to come here and be cheeky. So we as human beings need to understand that there are very different types of people surrounding us. People that are serious, people that want to have a bit of joke and laugh, people that, I don't know, just plain stupid, people that are smart. This is why I always promote in this channel, understand what others are saying. You don't have to accept it. Understand it. No need to get angry about it. No need to lose your head about it. No need to get mad about it. But understand, there are a lot of people that try and impose their views on you. And that's it. That's it, or nothing else. You can have your view and go from there. Do you know what I mean? Love you, Miz. Just been hard listening to your content lately. It's been so negative and reacting base level. I don't think you're stepping any line, just doing shallow analysis, then drawing deep conclusions. Look, I'm not going to sit here and try and explain to you what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to be as much as I can from here, right? I'm not going to claim to be some sort of a superstar analytical person. I'm not. If that's the level of stuff that you want, someone who's level-headed all the time. Sometimes it's good to be not level-headed. And I'm not saying I'm not level-headed. I've been as much as level-headed as I can. Everything that I do in this channel is purely just my opinions. Now, if you think my opinions don't make sense to you, or you think they're not right, then my man, I don't want you to come here and struggle. If you don't appreciate it, if you don't understand it, I'm happy for you to go to other channels and watch whatever suits you, what you get happiness from. And if you're looking for just some sort of fake happiness 24/7, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've even said recently, some people having a go at me is, like, what are you? You seem to be Potter out. Then you hope that he turns around. Of course I do. Of course I hope. Look, our record, it suggests that it's probably beyond Graham Potter to fix this. Our record, 2 out of 15, kind of suggests that this job might be a bit beyond him. It's not a taboo. It's not a sin to think that maybe there could be a better manager who can do a better job. Like, this is not a ludicrous thing to say one bit. This is not some outlandish take that, hey, someone believes that there could be some other manager who could do a better job. That's all we are saying. I also understand the people that want to keep him as well. I get it. I understand. You want to give it a bit more time. New players coming in. You want to give it a bit more time to see how it goes until they all gel. Players were injured. I understand that side as well. I don't have to agree with it, but I understand it. I get it. I get why you want him in. But I'm not going to try and be a fake person with the record that I have right now, with the record that we have. I'm not going to be a fake person. I'm going to keep the blue flag flying high, this, that, the other. And if that's what you want, number one, then carry on. Carry on and get that from wherever you can. Get that from wherever you can. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Jules, I'm not getting your point. Shallow analysis. The result speaks for themselves. Can you tell me what is positive about a Premier League win record of 29%? And the record has been 13% in the last 15. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Bro, Miz is also a fan like us. If you want analysis, watch TalkSport. Miz comes here to also vent his emotion. Today, we are all emotional due to our dire status. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe I'm not someone who ever goes over the limit. I'm not like some of those YouTube channels out there, and I'm not going to name names. I don't go over the top and start bashing people. I always try and be respectful as much as I can. And of course, I'm a fan. I'm going to try and show my feelings as well. Like, well, I'm not blaming Eunice if people can't see that those who have a platform have the ability to mobilize people based on emotion, which in my opinion, Eunice does. Then of course he has impact for F's sake. Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie that content makers, us, yes, there is some level of influence. Of course, you guys come here on a regular basis and we spend time together 30, 40, 45 minutes, whatever the case is, on a regular basis. Of course, things that I say, it may influence at times. But I always try and say to you guys that, think from your perspective too. I try and give examples, my real life example with what is happening in Chelsea in terms of football. And I try and give different perspectives as well. Ultimately, yes, I have a final thought on certain matters. And now if you think that you agree with that, that's up to you. You're grown up individuals. You guys all know what to believe, what not to believe. But I'm not going to lie, there is some level of influence. Of course there is. Of course there is. When you have such amount of subscribers and such amount of followings in Twitter, of course there is. Of course you have to be mindful at times. But at the same time, you got to be able to express what you really want to say. Because if you can't express what you really want to say, then what's the point? What's the point? Please leave it, bro. This life by Potter. Potter is a joker. It's PR stunt. Death threats is normal. Concentrate on winning, not give excuses and insulting Tuchel. It's wrong, Harry Potter. Look, once again, I'll say, receiving death threats and receiving them for kids, I know, man. I know when people have gone after my son. I know how much that hurts. I've seen people talk such bad things about my family. I know how much that hurts. It really does. But I can't stop these people. I cannot stop these people. So what can I do? I can block them. I can mute them. And I can ignore them. And I move on. And I focus on what I need to do. Because if I let all of that impact, and this is the thing, if I let all of that negativity impact me, then I can't do what I'm doing. I can't come here and talk to you guys on a regular basis. And this is what I'm saying with Graham Potter. If he allows all of these things to affect him, he's not going to be able to do his job to the level that he is required to do. This is the final message that I want to give on this particular topic before we go on to the Enzo Fernandez stuff, is if Graham Potter allows for these vile messages and all of this stuff impact his life, then potentially it will impact his job. Because I know that it has happened to me as well. And once it's impacting your job, well, we're already in the mud. Alhambra, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. This is ridiculous. I think there's a real issue amongst some fans to understand nuance. People think you can't criticize or that you can't hope but have little expectation. Guys have some brains, man. No, of course. Milo, interesting comment. I want to bring out all the comments today that's against this situation, of course. So I think that makes it for a good discussion. Miss, stop defending yourself. Look, we are all adults and have our own minds of thinking. All you do is give other options on the subject matter. Ignore all the negative things. No, 100%. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's now talk about the Enzo Fernandez tweets. Before we do that, let's check out the final few tweets in regards to Graham Potter. So this is the other stuff. Potter, I want to succeed here. It's nonsense, this notion that I don't care. Ask my family. People have this perception that I don't care. How do you know? Ask my framing how life has. Ask my family how life. I think family might have been an auto correction over there. Framing. Ask my family how life has been for me and them. It's not been pleasant at all. Further goes on to say Chelsea have launched an investigation into the abuse received towards Potter and his family. Look, good. Investigate. Hopefully, you can find who these idiots are and I don't know what sort of actions you can take on them, but yeah, no one deserves to get death threats. No one deserves to get all this abuse and whatnot. No one. Sad part is this is the world that we live in, and there's a lot of idiots out there. Lots of idiots out there, and I don't know if we're ever going to be able to stop them, right? That's the sad part. I think it's better if we can concentrate on our job in hand and try and deliver. I think that's the best way to bring some stability in the fan base. Wins are the best way to bring some stability in the fan base. Okay, let's look at some Enzo Fernandez story now. Before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. It's been actually quite entertaining. I'm loving this conversation with you guys. Sometimes we come here and it's, we talk about happy stuff or critical stuff, and then sometimes we talk about really, really tough conversations like today, and I'm really having an absolute ball with you guys in the live chat and bringing up some of the comments. I think it's been really, really good. The best part is you guys have been very respectful in the comments, and that's all I can ask for. It can be different, you can disagree, but at least they're respectful, which makes it a very enjoying conversation during the live stream. But at the same time, whoever is watching later on in the playback, I think it makes it very, very interesting. Okay, smash up the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up to, how many likes have we got? We've got over 100 likes. We've still got over 320 people live right now. Let's get to 200 likes if we can. Let's get those likes up. Okay, let's talk about some Enzo Fernandez news. This is quite interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking: Enzo Fernandez. Trust the players, trust the backroom staff, trust the manager. Never forget that we are representing you, that we are trying to win games starting on Sunday. Then we can start to turn things around. I love this. And do you know what? A lot of people are having a go at this particular tweet as well. They're saying, "Oh, it's more PR. It's Enzo Fernandez being forced to say this." I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think this is genuinely coming from his heart. I just have this feeling, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to come back to this conversation. I just want to quickly go through this. Enzo Fernandez, when you get that amount of young lads, and we've all had 20 days to get to know each other, when you're talking about the standard of football here, it's hard to gel as a team, but we've been given all the tools we need by the coaching staff and the manager. Fantastic. Okay, let's now talk about Enzo Fernandez. Look, I actually think he's talking from the heart. I absolutely think he's talking from the heart, and he actually means all of this stuff. I love it. I love it that he's come out and said this. And once again, I reiterate, I honestly hope Graham Potter turns this around. I really do. I really do. Even though I think he's not the right guy because of the crazy record that we've seen. Chelsea Football Club's better than that. Even though I think he may not be the right guy, I still want this brother to prove me wrong and so many people wrong. Get a victory against Spurs. Get a victory against Leeds. Get a victory against Dortmund and see us through to the next round. And all of a sudden there's momentum. And people will start changing their thought. I want him to succeed, man. God damn it, I do. But I'm not the one who's playing out there. I'm not the one with these records, right? So I really appreciate what Enzo Fernandez said. Trust the team. Trust us. Trust the manager. We are representing you. I love it. For me, Enzo Fernandez, and I think I've said this on the first match I watched Enzo Fernandez play for us, I feel like we found ourselves another leader, man. He's young, I get it. But I just have this feeling about Enzo Fernandez that he's a leader. He's an absolute leader. I think in the future, this guy's going to be, one day we're going to come back on top again. There's no doubts about that. We're not going to be stuck in this mud forever. Sooner or later, we're going to come out of this and we're going to be on top again. And when we do reach the top, I get the feeling Enzo Fernandez will be on top of the food chain. He will be the guy. He will be the guy leading us out and getting us back to that successful nature that we used to have. I love this about Enzo Fernandez. I just get this feeling he's like that. He's just got this attitude that he wants to succeed. He wants to be a role model. He wants to be a leader. I love it. I love it. He seems to be a very mature individual. I mean, do you guys remember? He sent a letter to Messi off the back of, I think, 2014 World Cup when Germany beat Argentina. He sent a letter to Messi stating, don't give up. Do not give up. Carry on. And I think he might have even said in the paper, in the letter, that I hope one day I get to play with you. I want to help you win the World Cup. And what has happened? 2022. He was able to win the World Cup, with Messi, and Enzo Fernandez was a big factor, was a huge factor. President Jafar, thank you so much for the super chat. How does a coach who has achieved nothing in football cause the fan base to divide like this? Look, I mean, this is why I said the less he talks now, I think better. The less he talks is better. Enzo does not have experience playing under elite coach. It's easy for him to trust the process. I'm glad he's like that though. Like, I'm glad he's got in and put his head down, and he wants to work hard, and he wants to change the outlook of Chelsea, change the mood that we're in. I like that. I don't want him to come in and not respect the manager, and it seems like we're getting these young players for a reason, because Graham Potter probably can connect with the young players a lot better than the more experienced ones that have been working with elite managers. These young players, if Graham Potter ends up being very successful at Chelsea Football Club, do you know what I mean? Then Graham Potter will find himself in that elite level down the track, and these young players will look up to him. Like, these young players will probably find it very difficult to connect with your Jose Mourinho's, with your Ancelotti's. Those were old school managers, top managers, top. But it's a different era. It's a different era. These kids, they'll probably be able to connect with someone like Graham Potter. Like, imagine Jose back then, the way he used to manage, Lampard, JT, Ashley Cole, Ballack, Essien, Mikel, Drogba, do you know what I mean? Carvalho. Imagine that's how Jose Mourinho managed some of these young lads now. They'd collapse. They'd collapse. I see in real life how kids are now. When I was 17, 18, 19, and the 17, 18, 19-year-olds now, it's a vast difference. Vast difference. You do have to talk in a different way, talk in a different manner to them. The way people used to connect back then to now it's different. This is why Jose Mourinho, football has left him. Football has left him. So I'm not surprised that Enzo Fernandez finds Graham Potter approachable. I'm not surprised. Balak CFC, that's why I respect you, Miz. You're the one content creator who it is so clear you actually love the club. You have more care and emotion than some people who live here in England. It's all genuine with you. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Look, as I said, I know at times I'll still annoy people, but at the end of the day, I'm a biggest critic of my own self. At the end of the day, if I can leave, when I'm done having a conversation with you guys and I finish the live stream, if I can leave the live stream and at least feel comfortable that, you know what, I don't think I said anything outlandish. I don't think I said anything out of line. And whatever I said was from the heart. That's all I ever hold myself to. Do you know what I mean? If I ever one of these days come out of the stream or come out of a particular video and I feel like, I don't think I did justice to myself, I think I wasn't being me, that's when I'll know I have a problem. We need results. Means Graham Potter should step up things. Big up to Enzo. Look, for me, I would find it very difficult how the owners can keep him if we lose to Spurs. Like, that would mean 2 out of 16. Do you know what I mean? Like, he may very well still stick around, but how you still keep him on? Because it's results-based business, man. And the unfortunate thing in life, in football, it's results-based. We cannot carry on with 2 out of 16 if that's going to be the case. So Spurs, I hope Graham Potter is able to get a victory for us. Okay, Enzo Fernandez. I know I'm still young and I need to keep learning, but some point in the future, I want to really demonstrate that I'm a leader in the ground, off the field, but on the field as well. I recommend to fans to be patient. I love this. Just what I was saying, that I feel like he's a leader. I didn't actually know this tweet, even though I had it loaded up. I didn't know that that he talks about this in the tweet. So look, he himself finds himself as a leader. And this is how I feel about him. This is how I feel about him. Last but not least, Enzo on Felix. He's a great player, isn't he? A fantastic player, lots of ability and qualities. He's a key player for us. Let's hope Chelsea can do all they can to keep hold of him in June. Fantastic. I love it. I love the connection between Enzo Fernandez and Felix. I hope it continues. Already we saw one goal, the only goal for the month of Feb. Hopefully we get some more goals down the track. But I hope they can build that chemistry and truly create a great partnership, man. We're missing that partnership. Do you know what I mean? The last time Cesc and Diego Costa, that partnership was brilliant to see. And I would love to see Enzo Fernandez and Felix create that feel for us as well. Okay, let's take care of some of these comments and we'll wrap things up. Alhambra, thank you so much for the super chat. Don't buy the Enzo talk. I was at the game and I could see the guy mouthing Coemerda. He was very frustrated on Saturday. He expects better, zero doubt. Look, I'm also in the belief that he expects better. 100%. 100% he expects better. But I also think these tweets that he said, I think he said it from the heart. I really do. Yes, if the results keep going south, of course he's going to be frustrated. Of course he will be frustrated. But I think he genuinely cares for Chelsea, and I think he genuinely cares to change things around and help his teammates out, help the manager out as well, and bring joy to the fan base. I genuinely think so. I don't think he's doing it for PR. I could be wrong, but I personally feel he's not. If the results keep going south, it's the decision is not going to be on him. It's going to be the owners to change things around. So, he's not going to be able to help things out. He's not going to be able to control that anyway. President Jafar, thank you so much for the super chat. I've never seen a manager so coddled at Chelsea. Look, do you know what? I remember the days, Sarri days. Sarri was getting battered left, right, and center. Sarri was getting ripped apart. I remember the days of Thomas Tuchel right at the end as well. He was getting ripped apart. I'm not saying that Graham Potter hasn't been ripped apart as well. Graham Potter has. But this is where, media, English media was never there to help out Sarri, was never there to help out Thomas Tuchel. But they're there to help out Graham Potter. And that's fine. That's okay. But I think we need to understand that. Pressure at Chelsea Football Club has been there for every single manager. Graham Potter is not the first manager to feel pressure at Chelsea Football Club. Every manager has felt pressure. I think people like Matt Law, people like others, they are doing their level best to make life somewhat easier. But they never did that for Sarri. They never did that for Thomas Tuchel. I think we just need to understand that. We just need to be humble about that. No need to create chaos. No need to create a hoo-ha about it. I think we need to understand what is going on. There are certain things in life we have to be aware of. You know what I mean? English media, English manager, handshake. English media, overseas manager, no handshake. Simple as that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have somewhat enjoyed this. And if you have, smash up the like button. Let's see how many likes we've got. 139. If we can bump it up to 200 immediately, that would be much appreciated. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Once again, do apologize to anyone that has taken this in a negative manner. I hope I didn't overstep. I hope I was as honest as I could. And the rest is really up to you guys. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Later on tonight, UK time, we'll do the preview for Spurs versus Chelsea at Spurs Stadium away from home. And I shall see you guys then. Hopefully approximately about, I don't know, 7 p.m. UK time, 7:30 p.m. So roughly around then, we'll do a live. We'll do the whole shebang that we normally do for the previews. So yeah, we'll take it from there. Alhambra, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. Don't forget, Finkelstein is on the board and is a media guru. He knows how to do good PR. There you go. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and see ya soon.